Hello, and welcome back to Laura's Plans. So this week I thought, since not much has really changed in how I'm setting up my bullet journal, we'd go ahead and set up my work project notebook. And I am going to go ahead and continue with the pattern that I had used for the month of October, which is to set up a type of weekly along with then some decoration just to make it fun. I do have to say, as the month has gone on and it has gotten busier, I have been utilizing some of the pages more. My tasks and my task log, definitely. My communications log, not so much. Because truthfully, I'm able to go back and look at any archived information that I have in my digital system. My project log has been more the landing page of where I'm going to. And so moving forward, this is something that I'm either going to migrate into my bullet journal, my A5 bullet journal, or to be honest with you, I think I might keep it here, since this is where all the project notes are and I can denote that in my project log. I really haven't used the notes page, so as I begin thinking about what I'm going to do in November, I can go ahead and come back and look at this. And then I go into my just normal bullet journaling and note-taking and project maintenance. And so we will go ahead and flip to the next blank page, and I thought I'd just put down some decor to kind of give it its own little sense of zhuzh, if you want to say it that way. One of the things I noticed about craft paper as I'm doing this is the tape and craft paper don't always play nice together. The tape tends to tear up this softer paper, and so I'm actually just going to glue it straight down onto the page and not do a tip-in on this. Save myself a little stress this early in the morning, and go ahead and glue that right onto the page. And because I did that, you know, yes, I'm taking up a page, but it just, you know, it's a lot faster. Let's be perfectly honest. So these are scraps that I had from, I think, last year. Some scrapbook paper that I had, and I'm going to use them just to, you know, give the page a little bit of something, because I like having decor. So here we go. Let's go ahead and use my handy dandy tape runner. And anyone that doesn't get the handy dandy reference, Handy Manny was a cartoon character that my daughter used to watch when she was little. And yeah, stuck in my head all these years. My daughter's now 20 going on 21. And I still say handy dandy. So it's funny what sticks with you over the years. But there we go. That will be how we delineate this week of October. And I just want to double check. Actually, I'm going to just do it on my computer because that is the safest way, since nothing matches ever as far as week numbers, because somehow I messed around with my settings, and yeah, my week numbers don't always match. So I'm right. Okay, this is the 43rd week of October that we are moving into. So I am going to grab, sorry guys, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. I'm going to grab this lovely set of stamps that my daughter bought me. And I think I'm going to do it in lowercase. No, that's all uppercase. So I will do this in uppercase. And the beauty of this is I don't have to worry about lining it up. I can make it as wonky and fun as I want. And I did have someone tell me that one of the reasons I'm getting that outline, is because I'm probably pressing it too hard into the ink pad, but also because these are not the highest quality stamps, which I totally understand. Is that right? Yeah, that would be right. You know, they were a gift from my daughter, and I could replace them, I'm sure, with higher quality stamps, but I don't think I will. Maybe as I look at other stamps for other purposes, I will, but this was a gift. And, you know, it's kind of like when they're little and they buy you a gift from maybe a store that's in their school or whatnot, or they make you a little gift from, you know, their art or ceramics class or whatever, and you keep those little treasures forever. In fact, I still have a little paper mache box that my son did for me, and it still holds little, you know, jewelry bits for me. And so, yeah, I kind of look at the stamp set like that it's special. And every time I use it, I think of her. And so I will continue to do that. So there we go. Week 43 is stamped in, and we can move on to the next phase. Now, here's where things are going to change a little bit. And I thought I'd try it in here first because I'm thinking of adding it as I'm turn this more into a project-based notebook, which even as a project-based notebook, know that I will still be setting up a monthly in it. I will still be setting up my project log and Kanban. And then I am going to change from this weekly idea here to what we're going to do next. And this is totally inspired by Claudia Kai. She is a minimalist bullet journaler on YouTube, and I have to say the simplicity of her system is 100% inspiring for me. So one of the things that she does is she takes a page and creates a rolling weekly. And it's very, very similar to the Alistair method. And you guys, if you watch my channel at all, know that I love the Alistair method. I've adapted it for a lot of different uses, and I really can't figure out why I didn't put the connection together, but I was watching her video and I saw it and I thought, oh, well, Snarkies, that works. So we're going to go ahead and do this. The first thing I'm going to do is put in the days of the week. And I always start my work weeks with a Monday. And normally I don't include Saturday and Sunday, but we are in the middle of finishing up a client project, and it may bleed over to the weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can't be right. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, that is right. 30, 31. Oh, that's right. Halloween is on Sunday. So, I do think that I am going to be working instead of, not working this next coming week. You know, it's the end of a project where the client review is happening, where the edits and changes that they have requested need to go into action. And so that's what I will be doing. And hopefully I can get it all done by Friday of next week. But I also know that it tends to go longer. So I'm going to use my stamps just because, yes, I am totally doing exactly what she did because I'm trying it, right? So you tend to do what the person who inspired you, and I'm sure I will change how I set this up. In fact, I know I will, because weekly is not going to fit in here. Didn't think that through. You guys, I never like pre-plan these. These aren't high production value. I don't storyboard them out. I don't write a script for them. I just get on here and I wing it. So sorry if you're looking for highly skilled video creation. I do know how to do all that because I do it for my job, but I really don't want to do it here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play with some color. And since weekly is not going to fit in there, I'm going to put it in this way. There we go. That's one way to do it. And then let me put all of these back. Or I'll put them back later because you don't need to sit there and watch me alphabetize. Plus I need to clean them off. So I'm just going to set these aside so that I don't make a mess of things. Knock things off on the floor and then can't find them later. So with the rolling weekly, basically what it is you put the days of the week next on one side. In this case, I went on the left side. And you can or decide not to do what I'm doing here, which is to put the day, initial of the day underneath the date. And then basically it allows you to create kind of like almost like a brain spill of tasks. So what I will do on Sunday is I will sit here with this open and I will go back through all of my notes pages, look at any tasks that were not completed and migrate them over to be the first and highest priority element that I look at. And then I'll go through and build the tasks that I need to for the rest of the week. And then during the week, if I have a task that maybe I need to put on a specific day, I can go ahead and build that and put it in here. One of the things I do want to do is ensure that I don't get lost in the, I can easily get lost in the lines of the grid. So I am actually going to draw in the lines in between each day on the grids. And I know this is unnecessary. The way she does it is she takes a fine liner and she just highlights every other line. And that works for her. I just know myself in that it drives me nuts if I don't fill up the whole space or if it gets wonky. And I know that that speaks highly of someone who has a little bit of compulsive, obsessive nature to her. But yeah, I do. I mean, there's things that I can ignore and say, okay, that's just how it is. But for whatever reason, that drives me nuts. It's kind of like some people can draw their lines without a ruler, and I will always use a ruler to put my lines in, even when I don't get them straight. So I have my lines in. That works for me. I'm going to come up here and no, I'm not. I'm just going to leave it alone. So let's go ahead and I'll give you an example of what we're going to do. So I know that I have a project task that I need to complete all media. for a specific tool for the client. Basically, I'm going in and doing my media checks and making sure that everything looks good, that it plays well, that it runs with the overarching theme, and just doing those last minute kind of finishing touches for those media elements. So I know that all of the media is going to be uploaded into the course for final checks on Wednesday. So I know I need to do that on Wednesday. So I'm going to come over here to Wednesday the 27th and put the dot underneath. Now, when I finish it, I will exit out and connect it to the task dot. And that way I don't have to keep kind of scrolling through everything. I can come each day and look to see, are there any specific tasks that I have, or are there any open tasks that I can then put onto one of these days? And by doing that, I'm able to just kind of keep control of what I need to get done in this next week. And I'll be honest with you, I have a feeling I'm going to use this page as well. I may not, but I might, knowing kind of what we're in. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the lines. Yeah, I know that I have that many tasks that are going to have to be double checked to make sure they got done. So I'm going to draw in the lines, and I should have done it this way the first time, but I didn't. Learning lesson, right? So like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this, but I'm really liking it other than this process right here. Because I do not know what's going on with my eyeballs, but that light gray grid line and I are seriously having some problems. Could be that the sun's barely coming up. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday. Saturday. And the last line for this second page of Rolling Weekly will be there. And I can put in the dates. So how are you guys doing? How is planning going for October? I can't believe we're already in the last week of October. And to be honest with you guys, I am going to be setting this lovely planner, my other bullet journal up, all of it. It's probably going to get done on Sunday the 31st, just because of work. And it may be you all don't get to watch it until a few days later. But I promise to record it. It's just the editing and everything with everything going on at work. It might be a little hard. And I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I did before because I like things to match. I'm going to test something really quick though, because I didn't like the thickness of the, yeah, that'll match close enough. I didn't like the thickness of the small. This is like, it's small, but it's not truly a fine point. It's pretty stinking thick. Whereas these are truly fine point. They're a little less than 0.5. I think they're a 0.4. So I like them. So I'm going to stamp in rolling. See if I can do it somewhat straight since I have a line. Well, I'm really glad I didn't put those away. Didn't that work out nicely? Like I said, I'm always just kind of winging it. because, oh, I almost misspelled rolling by forgetting the N, which would not have been good. It would have been rollig. Rollig Weekly. I don't. Sorry. I need more coffee. What can I say? And here we go. See, my giant cup of coffee. So there we go. There's my rolling weekly for week 43. And I think I should probably put, no, I don't need that because I have the dates in there. That's just overkill. And I did leave a space, and this is different than something Claudia does. And she just, is amazing. But I did leave a space for indicators. So if the task is like high priority, I can come over and indicate that. I mean, I can do it here as well, but I thought it would be nice to be able to track and say, okay, these are the ones I want to pull first. So when I go in and brain dump, I'll also put in indicators so that I know which are the tasks, if I'm brain dumping and they're kind of blended in, which are the tasks that I'm deeming the highest priority. So once I'm done there, I'm going to go ahead and just set up my first kind of, pardon me, my first day. And I just schmutzed my own page and ruler. Oh, well. Even though that bothers me, I'm not going to break out the whiteout to do that. I'll see. One of the things I found is, oh, my Lanta. I am just making a mess. I should stop now. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. But, like, if you have a schmear on a page or whatever, if you don't do what I just do, but if you kind of let it dry and then go back over it with one of these white erasers, you can get them Walmart, Office Max. These are just the Pentel erasers. On certain papers, it will lift up that ink for you. And so it's better than, like, putting a big old spludge of whiteout on your page. I don't know. It doesn't lift it completely, but it lifts it enough that it's no longer a distractor for me, right? So it allows me to ignore it, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and build my day. So don't know if you knew that, but yeah, absolutely adore that little trick. And I will warn you, you need to wait until it's dry to try it because otherwise you just smudge more. And these metallic clean color zig dots are awesome, but they're very, very wet. And you need to give it time to dry or else you're going to pay the price. One of the things I want to do is I do have a meeting at 10 a.m. first thing on Monday morning. So I want to put that in there. And I'm ready. I'm ready for the week. I will, like I said, on Sunday, preparing for the next day, I will take out this along with my bullet journal and go through any of the days to make sure that I haven't missed something. There wasn't something captured in a meeting note or whatnot, and make sure that I'm ready for the day. And like I said, right now I'm in the closing phases of a project. There's a ton of stuff that has to get done. And it's easy to miss something, which is why I decided to try this. And I figure if I try it here and like it, it may end up being something that I do in my kind of omni bullet journal, right? The one to rule them all. If that works here, I figure I can utilize that style of weekly and maybe forego having to build, see, I get lost in here. There's too much stuff. This type of weekly, because all of this information is in my Google Calendar as well as on my October calendar. So the one thing though that I love this for is like meal planning and shopping lists and things. So I need to weigh that out in this next week and decide how I can manage those things if I take this spread out of my bullet journal and replace it with this spread. So we'll see. You'll find out as I do it. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around what I thought was going to be a quick video, because let's be honest, I only put together 4 pages. Turned out to be a rambly one, but as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this. I did have a request to explain how I use my project board in here. And I do have to say, I am going to go ahead and do that. And it will have 2 aspects to it, because this is kind of my rough outline of what I then transfer into a digital environment in which I can delineate certain tasks and certain things to all of the project team members. If you've ever used Asana, if you've ever used Trello or any of those style, that's very similar to what I do. But this is where I map it out and kind of keep tabs on it for myself. And then what I do is think, okay, well, we're in this phase and I know there's certain things that need to be done. And so I can go in then and delineate where we're at. My team members can communicate with me digitally where they're at. So that's it. That's week 43. I will make that video. It's just going to be a little more complex. And so sometime in November, I do plan on putting that up for you guys. Hopefully then I'm not so kind of in the weeds busy. I also do plan on putting up a video of my November setup in my bullet journal. So thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.